Hello everybody, my name is Ling Minghui. Today we're going to be talking about customer rights. So first, we're going to be talking about different things. What is customer and what is consumer? So on here I write customer, but here what I really mean is consumer. So what's the difference between consumer and customer? So customer is somebody that buys a thing. And they do not necessarily have to use it, they do not necessarily have to own it. Customers here, they could be another business buying your product to resell. There could be somebody that buys your product to give it to somebody. So that is what customer means. So they are the one that pays for it. And they may use it or may resell it. It's up to them. But consumer here, the word consume means use, right? So consumer is the one that in the end actually use it, that actually benefit from it, and that actually get affected by it. So here are the 8 common basic consumer rights that every business should ensure that they protect for their consumer, because in a lot of countries consumer right is very pressed, and if a business does not fulfill their basic needs, their basic consumer rights, then they fail to become a good business. First is that they need the consumer has the right to be informed. What do we mean by that is that they have the right to be informed about what is that product is. Okay, so what does that product look like? What is it going to use as? Will it be like this? Will it be like that? Will it be suitable for this event or that event? That is the information. So they need to be informed. So at least when somebody uploads a product that buy online, and there should be 2 ways for them to inform the consumer. First is to put that in description. So for example, I sell, let's say boxes for like gift giving, right? And so I would write in my description, okay, how long, like what's the length of it, what's the height of it, what color does it have, what is the material of it, is it strong or not? Will it be like very stable, or will it be very easy to open? Do we have anything coming with it? Does it get burned? Anything like that. That is what the business should do to inform their consumer. Secondly is the right of safety. So whenever the consumer buys the product and the consumer uses the product, and the consumer must be safe. What do we mean by that is that the consumer, when using the product, should not be in any danger, should not be in any form of hurt, etc. So that is the right of safety. Thirdly is the right to be heard. The consumer should be able to express their needs, their wants, their hobbies, their preferences, and the business should be able to listen to them and should be able to understand that, oh, that's what my consumer likes. Fourth is that they need to have the right to consumer education. What is consumer education? Consumer education is a form of education that's given to consumers when they're using things. So it's almost like the way to use on like the packaging. So for example, I buy something as like let's say like a chair, right? Or like let's say a Lego. Okay, so a Lego set. You cannot just be creative and build up that Lego, you know? Like you need to have the descriptions. So as a business, and I want to give my consumer full consumer education, then I will give them first either a video how to do the Lego, or a description paper of each steps. And that is how we come to consumer education. So we need to tell our consumer that, oh, that's how you use it. Oh, that's how you store it. And for example, like food or skincare products or products that can get expired. So it's your job to be able to write on the packaging that, oh, it will expire in that day. Oh, you use it in that way. Like for example, food. Then you open it and you eat. Or do you cook it with something? How long do you cook it for? That's consumer education. Fifth is to be able to choose. And because here, in today's very highly competitive world and very highly competitive marketplace, it is totally consumers' right to be able to choose. They should be able to choose which brand they buy from, which products do they buy from, which pricing would they buy from, which color would they choose, right? Like for example, I buy a shirt. I cannot just buy a shirt that a business randomly sends to me and it's not my size, it's not my color that I really like, right? So it's my right to be able to choose what color do I like, what style do I want, which store do I want to buy from, and which color, which form, which design do I want. That is the right to choose. Sixthly is to a healthy environment. So whenever consumer is using products, then they should be able to use it in a healthy way. It's not supposed to be anything hurtful or anything negative for the consumer. Seventh is to redressal. What is redressal? Redressal is when maybe something happens with the product. Maybe something that happened with the product that doesn't fulfill the consumer needs, or maybe something was wrong during the production, the packaging, etc. It is the consumer's right to be able to redressal. What do we mean by that? It is the job of the business to be able to give like an apology or return them another service or return them the money, and that is the right to redressal. Lastly is to be able to satisfy basic needs. So for example, if they're buying like food, then that food at first should be something edible, right? That is a basic need, and that is what the consumer have rights to. It must be edible, it must be eatable, it must be safe to eat. And then if like that product claims to be healthy, then that product should be healthy. That product should not be something as like a fast food. That product should have nutrition in that. That's the basic needs that a business need to ensure for the consumer's right. So those are the 8 basic consumer rights that every single business, no matter how cheap your product is, no matter what products do you serve, no matter if you serve a service or a product, anything, you must be able to comply with these 8 basic consumer rules for your business to be able to success and be safe without getting into any liability or getting into any lawsuit. Thank you for listening, and goodbye.